Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam or xJawz, and welcome to the second Shoutout Sunday episode. This time I got with me Chris, and Chris has a channel on YouTube that is really, really awesome. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Chris, or XSMFX, the GOAT. I know that name's really long, but just call me Chris or the GOAT.
And Chris, this gameplay right here, the reason why I chose you is incredible. And just to remind people real quick, why don't you tell people what the challenge was last week that you had to complete?
Yeah, the challenge was to get the best gameplay possible with an infrared attachment. So I chose the Commando in this gameplay, but I mean, this was just an extremely tough challenge. I was getting so frustrated, and I put a lot of time into it, and I'm just really happy that Sam picked me.
Yeah, well, I saw this, and it stood out to me for a couple of reasons. And the first one is that you decided to go with the Commando. And one thing that we actually talked about before we got on this commentary is that a bunch of people were going with the M16, and that's the weapon that if I was told I had to use the thermal scope, that's the one that I would go with. And I can definitely see why a lot of people went with that. But you definitely took, you didn't take the easy way out. You made a ballsy move by going with the Commando, and it's definitely a lot harder to use the thermal scope when you're using an automatic weapon. And not only did you do that, but you also played extremely aggressive. I see that you have a marathon on this class, and I checked out a couple videos on your channel after I saw this initial video, and I see that you like to use marathon a lot. Like, you really like to rush, and I thought that was really cool. Is marathon your favorite third perk, would you say?
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, basically, I was experimenting early on in Black Ops, and in previous Call of Duties I'd use Ninja, but, in Black Ops you can't hear anything with the headset. But, I mean, Marathon, I just love just being able, with the unlimited sprint, because it gives me the ability to get into the enemy spawn, and when you get into the spawn, you can really get some nice kill feeds and, put in a lot of work, so that's why I like Marathon.
And another thing I wanted to talk about, because you do play really aggressively and stuff like that, and you also have it listed on your channel, is sensitivity. You play on a 2 or 3 sensitivity, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and because of that, you're able to be really accurate, and that's something that I always like to stress on my channel. I've talked about it a couple times before, but my channel has grown a little bit since the last time, so I wanted to go over this again. In my opinion, the lower the sensitivity, the better, almost always. I mean, 1 sensitivity is pretty hard to use, not gonna lie. 2 sensitivity can be difficult for some people, but 3 sensitivity, I would say, is ideal for most people, and that's definitely not a popular opinion, especially when you're talking about it on YouTube for a lot of people, because there are definitely those guys out there who just are diehard sniper fans and love to have high sensitivities. But would you agree that low sensitivity is the way to go if you're trying to do really well and play competitively?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've experimented with sensitivities, but I always come back to the 2 to 3 range because it's just so easy to be able to keep your crosshairs on target. And I just don't really think that it's just going to come into play all that often where you really have the ability to spin around and kill somebody that's shooting you in the back, because in Call of Duty, it's the bullet damage. You take 2 or 3 shots and you're dead. So, yeah, definitely the slower sensitivity is easier to control, and it's definitely something that I'd recommend as well. And from listening to your previous videos, Sam, you would talk that most of the pro players use between a 2 to 4 sensitivity, and that kind of like reaffirmed my thoughts in my head, because I had thought about trying to move my sensitivity up, but I'm sticking in the 2 to 3 range, and I find a lot of success with it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. A lot of the professional players, the guys I know on Envious, the guys I know from Fear, the guys I know on Optic competitive team, they all like those low sensitivities opposed to the high ones. And I know there's a popular mentality that actually I used to have, and this is something, again, I've talked about before on my channel, that having a high sensitivity allows you to do everything that someone with a low sensitivity can do, and more. And the truth is that, yes, you can do everything that someone with a low sensitivity can do when you do have a higher sensitivity. You're also going to experience a lot of detriment to your accuracy when you have a high sensitivity. A lot of people will tell you right now that, if I were to say this to them, a lot of people like to comment and tell me that, they're great with high sensitivity, they're used to 10 sensitivity, and all I like to say to those people is, I'm sure you are, like, I completely believe you. I don't think anyone out there is bad because of the fact that they use a high sensitivity. Merely what I'm trying to say is that I believe you can be better if you use a low sensitivity in 99.9% of cases. cases. So I don't want anyone to take any sort of offense to this and make you think that I'm insinuating that you're bad. It's just it's friendly advice, and that's definitely what I would recommend if you're trying to become a really good player. Another thing I wanted to talk about was just your channel in general. So, after I saw the gameplay that you submitted, this right here, 99 and 3 gameplay with the thermal Commando, I went and checked out your channel and saw a little bit about what your videos are about. And this was definitely not any sort of fluke gameplay for you. You actually post a lot of 100+ kill games. Why don't you talk a little bit about the games that you post on your channel and what you like to talk about in your videos?
Yeah, well, basically on my channel, I try to post high kill, fast-paced, entertaining gameplay. I really love just fast-paced gameplay, so you'll usually see me playing super aggressive, and I try to post big scores because everybody likes to see them. And as far as the commentary goes, I try to keep it towards the tips and just kind of talk about the gameplay. And I feel like on YouTube, it seems like a lot of the commentators kind of lost touch with that. But when I first signed up to YouTube, what I typed in was how to get better at Call of Duty, and I watched people like xJawz, xCal, and that's how I learned to get better. So I mean, it seems like it's kind of YouTube. The community seems to be kind of losing touch with that, but that's primarily what I like to focus on. So when Modern Warfare 3 comes out, that's what primarily all my commentaries are going to be about.
Yeah, that's really important to keep in mind, guys. So if you're looking to become a really good player when Modern Warfare 3 comes out, stay subscribed to me too. But also check out these guys. Someone like Chris right here is gonna be trying to help out everyone become the best players they can. So anyway, guys, this gameplay is wrapping down right here, and I definitely want you guys to all go check out Chris's channel. There'll be a link to it in the description of this video. But before we end here, I decided to add a little bit of a twist to the Shoutout Sunday videos. What we're gonna do today is I'm going to allow Chris to actually issue the next challenge. We talked about it before this video started. So Chris, why don't you tell everyone what the next Shoutout Sunday challenge is going to be?
Okay, well, I was thinking about this. Sam gave me the opportunity to give you guys the challenge, so this is something that I'm going to be trying too. Obviously, I'm not going to, submit a video, but I want to see who could get the best gameplay possible running 3, 4, 8 kill streaks, the spy plane, counter spy plane, and Blackbird. So no lethal kill streaks, and use whatever gun you want, any perk setup, and try and get the best gameplay possible.
All right, well, there you guys have it. So go off and try and get that. Leave your video as a video response to this video if you'd like to get chosen for the next Shoutout Sunday. And that's pretty much it, guys. So with that said, please go check out Chris's channel. There'll be a link to it in the description of this video. And also a couple people who got honorable mentions who had really good gameplays but didn't make the #1 spot here. Anything else you want to say, Chris?
Well, that's it. And thank you, Sam, and thanks for listening, guys. And come check out the channel.
All right, see you guys later. Bye.